I can even go back to the Money Game. I think that was the Shaq documentary of LSU on Amazon Prime. While Coach Kim Mulkey had told Angel, "You Angel Efren Reese." You know what I mean? And her going having to face the media at the whole. So like I said, that's probably the only interview that had a little that was going to be a little tension from, the time that both decided that it was best for her to have a few games off, just so she can breathe because everything Angel had dealt with, and was dealing with, with people, being mad after the championship game. She just needed a breather, needed to take, some time off and step away a little bit. But like I said, that was the only interview I remember that was a little, kind of tense. But she had to do that interview because it was at home. It was a home game, and the media had requested for it. But they still knew, that Coach Kim Mulkey is in the rear view, and in the rear view as far as not overstepping their boundaries with questions. Keeping it simple. But Kim told her, Kim, like I said, you can go watch it on the documentary, where on the documentary from Amazon, where Kim had told her, you Angel Efren Reese, you know what I mean, you good. If they, I'm gonna be right there with you. I'm gonna be right there with you through this interview. But yeah, it was a home game, and so the media, wanted Angel to do an interview, and she did the interview and everything. Like I said, she just spoke on how after the championship, just so many things, so many crazy people, on the internet. She needed a breather, and that was pretty much the only interview that she really had to deal with that was a little uh that wasn't easy. Wasn't easy for her. So like I said, Angel just come from a situation where, Coach Kim Mulkey had their backs, and people knew not to come after them. Now you saw major companies kind of come out to LSU and have their little stories, and Kim addressed that with the the crazy article at UCLA in California. Like I said, when they come around and Kim find out about it, she gonna address that. Like, she gonna address those people that write those goofy articles. You know what I mean? Especially when they're on her team. Now if you ask her about it, she go,